Augustana Sportscene on Midco Sports Network is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition. By Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888. And by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Augustana Sportscene here on Midco Sports Network. I'm Bill Gross, Director of Athletics at Augustana College. On today's show, we'll feature some exciting action as we fire up our Augustana Sports Update. We'll also talk Augie football with Coach Mike Aldrich and volleyball with Coach Ashley Buckley. A little later in the program, in our Augie Sports Focus, we'll catch up with Vikings soccer coach Brandon Barkus. And we'll take a look at what's ahead on the Augustana Sports calendar for this week. It's going to be a fun one, so let's get the action rolling. Here comes Augie Sports Update for this week.
Augustana Sports Update is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Last Saturday afternoon, Coach Mike Aldrich's Augustana football team kept their record perfect at 7-0 and 6-0 in the NSIC as they recorded an impressive 17-0 shutout over Winona State in Winona, Minnesota. After a scoreless first quarter, quarterback Josh Hansen hooked up with Tyler Schulte on a 56-yard second quarter scoring strike to put the Vikings up 7-0 at halftime. The score remained the same until early in the fourth quarter when running back Joe Clark banged in from 1 yard out to put Augie up 14-0. That touchdown was set up by a nifty hook and ladder play from Hansen to Schulte to Clark, which put the Vikings in business at the Warriors' 1 yard line. Drew Behrens added a late-game field goal to give Augustana their second road shutout of the season. In the game, Joe Clark became Augustana's all-time leading rusher. Joe now has 3,104 yards in his Vikings career as he surpassed the previous record of 3,098 yards set by Chris San Augustine between 1987 and 90. Josh Hansen completed 15 of 21 passes, while Tyler Schulte had 6 catches for 111 yards. The Augustana defense played tough as they forced 2 missed Winona field goals and 2 turnovers on downs. The Vikings also thwarted Warrior drives with 2 interceptions. Andrew Keel led the way with 10 tackles, including 3 for loss. Zach Callis intercepted 2 passes, and Ben Wardell had 7 tackles, including 2 pass breakups. Nick Andreas blocked 1 of Winona's field goal attempts. In volleyball, Coach Ashley Buckley's team split a pair of NSIC road matches. The Vikings knocked off Minnesota Crookston 3-0, but came up short at Minnesota State Moorhead. In the Moorhead match, Brooke Luco had 8 kills and Jordan Spatanka 7. Grace Sanders scooped up 17 digs, and Brianna Erickson added 10. Danny Haley passed out 26 set assists. In the Crookston victory, Spatanka smacked down 11 kills, Sanders rooted up 21 digs, and Haley distributed 32 set assists. In soccer, Coach Brandon Barkus' team picked up back-to-back home victories over Southwest Minnesota State and Minnesota Duluth. The Vikings rolled over Southwest 3-1 behind goals from Jesse Huff, Jill Goodrich, and Maren Worth. In the UMD victory, Worth scored again off an assist from Huff. Goalkeeper Amanda Wagner grabbed 7 saves. In cross-country, Coach Tracy Hellman's men's and women's teams ran strong in the huge Chili Pepper Festival in Fayetteville, Arkansas. The Augustana men, ranked number 8 in NCAA Division II, finished 12th, while the Viking ladies, ranked number 18, finished 13th. The meet featured over 50 teams, including many from Division I. Runa Falch and Kristen Bronbo were the top runners for the women, while Travis Baniak paced the men. And Coach Peggy Kirby's strong Augustana women's golf team won the fall portion of the NSIC championships by posting a 46-stroke lead in the conference tournament. The Vikings have the top 3 players at the tournament in Maggie Leland, Emily Kivdera, and Molly Leland. Competition for the NSIC championship will be completed in the spring. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augie football with Coach Mike Aldrich. Stay with us.
Uber fan here, and this is my sportscaster audition. Today in Today in local sports. Today in local sports. Today in local sports, and that's the news. I'm missing a page. Today in local sports. It's too loud. Okay. Uberfan for Midcoast Sportsnet, every key matchup, every local rivalry, only on Mid-Continent, coming at you live. Baby. It's harder than it looks.
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
We call it the pioneer spirit, always pushing a little farther, always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new, something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, the new Sanford Health.
The Augustana Football Report is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Joining me now is Augustana head football coach Mike Aldrich. Well, Mike, the Vikings just keep on rolling. Victory number 7 of the season. Last Saturday afternoon, a great ball game over at Winona, and Augie came out on top, 17-0. Your thoughts?
Well, it was a big win for us for a variety of reasons. They've had our number the past couple of years, and it's a team a lot of our guys kind of, have grown to hate a little bit because they've lost to them, and they came out and they've kind of been bullies and kind of been the big dog in the park, and so it's good to get out there and not just beat them, but beat them pretty decisively and dominate them from the beginning. And it was their homecoming, and our guys are stepping up, and they want to be great. And like I keep telling them, if you want to be great, you got to win big games on the road, and that's what we did yesterday.
Yeah, it was a super victory, and a lot of guys stepped up big for the Vikings. Second shutout of the season, second road shutout of the season. Let's talk about the game and break the team down a little bit. With a shutout, we got to start with defense. Mike, talk about your defense.
Overall on the day, we statistically we played a really good game. First half, they were moving the ball a little bit on us. Their running back had a pretty good day early. He had 10 carries for, I want to say, 62 yards in the first half, and then he ended up with 69 yards on the day. So we made a couple halftime adjustments that I thought paid out for us. But they would have a little success run the ball, and then they'd go back to the pass, and we were waiting for the pass, and so we were in good shape on that in the run game. We kept telling them they're going to get some yards here or there, but as long as we get them to, they'll feel like they got to get out of that themselves, and then once they do that, then we'll be able to take advantage of them. That's what we did.
Yeah, and it was sort of like the bend but not break defense. They didn't get in the end zone, and we made some awfully big plays, a number of them. Let's go over to offense.
Well, offensively, it's a typical road game for us. I keep talking about and preaching to the guys. We want to be. When we go on the road for a big game like this, we need to be conservative. We need to play the field position game. Any win is a good win when we come out of here. So we wanted to really rely heavily on Joe Clark running the football, Nate Mahone coming in and spelling them, Josh just managing the game, and I think all three of those guys did a great job. Joe Clark obviously set the school record for rushing, which he was pretty excited about. I don't think a lot of our guys knew that until after the game in the locker room, and we presented them with the game ball, and I think a lot of guys kind of caught everybody's breath about what happened on the field. But and then you had Josh played a very good game. He's a very smart kid, especially at the end when we were just milking the clock, and he knew how to pull that thing down to about 4 seconds before he snapped the ball, and that was heady. And then Tyler Schulte, it was kind of one of those days. I even remember after the game thinking, well, Ty must have had a couple catches, but didn't really see him do too much. But yeah, he still had over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown. So it was good to get him back in the lineup.
Yeah, it was just an exciting day, and we're going to talk here in a minute about some of these seniors. But Joe Clark, Tyler Schulte in particular on offense, just really stepped up in this one. Special teams, Mike.
Well, it kind of caught us a little bit this game. We wanted to kick away. They have a really good returner, and we want to kick away from him. And unfortunately, the very first kick of the game, we put it right to him, and he has a nice return. We miss a bunch of tackles, and they get him out to midfield. to kind of start the game, but we were able to stop them. But then we attempted 2 field goals in the third quarter, which I thought were going to be times where we could get up by 10, which now makes it a 2-score ball game, and it starts to have a different psychological advantage. And the first one, you know, Drew Behrens kicks it, and he kind of tries to chip it instead of really pound it, and so it was well short. And then the next time from about the same spot, he kicked it again, and then it looked like he overcompensated and tried to drive it and got it blocked. And so, you know, at the end of the game, we were up 14-0, about a minute and a half left, 4th and 1 on the 1. We sent Drew in there, and he pounded him, and you could see he was upset. He pounded that thing in, and I told him we at least wanted him to walk off field, at least one field goal. And then in the very next kick, he just drilled that thing into the end zone. So, you know, our special teams, they weren't as a huge factor in the game as normal, which is, you know, is good. We only punted 3 times, but we did block 2 field goals, and I think that was that's really where our special teams paid off for us on Saturday.
Right. Well, it was a big win to push the Vikings to 7-0. And now this week it's back on the road again, and you know, I know you've been harping 1 week at a time, Mike, and we go to Moorhead.
Yeah, and Moorhead's is a new team for us. We haven't played them before, at least since any of us have been here. Maybe since Coach Pearson has been here at some point, but we haven't played them. We know a couple of their coaches. We actually were at a clinic with them this off season, so it'll be good to kind of just have to plan against a new team. We haven't had to do that since Bemidji, and that's kind of where it makes it fun to be a coach, where it's all new and you got to kind of react on the fly. So they've had a tough year too. They've been struggling a little bit, but we got to go up there, and any road game is not an easy game. So our guys are looking forward to the challenge, and they know that this big win at Winona is over now, and now it's on to the next one.
It is. So let's go get them and move to 8-0.
All right, sounds good.
The Augustana Volleyball Report is next. We'll be right back.
Discover German engineering and premium style in the Jetta at Graham Automotive. Starting at $15,995, the all-new 2011 Jetta has arrived. Completely redesigned, making it the largest car in its class. The all-new Jetta for 2011 includes Volkswagen's scheduled carefree maintenance. Graham Automotive and Volkswagen invite you to test drive the new 2011 Jetta today.
Graham Automotive for the ride of your life.
We call it the pioneer spirit, always pushing a little farther, always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new, something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, the new Sanford Health.
The Augustana Volleyball Report is brought to you by Mid-Continent Communications.
With me now is Augustana volleyball coach Ashley Buckley. Well, Ashley, last weekend the Vikings hit the road for a pair of NSIC matches. Started out up at Minnesota State Moorhead and then on to Minnesota Crookston. Talk about both matches.
This week we had a great week of practice. We really focused on our offense coming off of the previous weekend. We knew we had to terminate at a higher percentage, so we focused on getting really all 3 of our offensive players scoring from their own position. So we felt confident going into this weekend, knowing that we had to be more aggressive offensively, and then defensively we felt that we had done a good job in scouting out where their offense was going to attack. But however, once we got there, we just were not able to get out of a funk. We had such a slow start to the match. The game was very fast-paced for our girls, and blocking-wise, we gave a lot of one-on-one opportunities to them, and they terminated. We weren't able to make quick enough adjustments. And then for us, we also had one-on-one opportunities, but we did not score. They played phenomenal defense against us. So it was a disappointing night in the fact that really we had looked at scoring around 40 to 50% of our swings, and we were back to around 30. So again, our mentality was not aggressive enough, and so I really focused on our side of the net and the things that we failed to do, and probably in the preparation of the week as well. But we bounced back the next day. We knew that we had to recover because we had Crookston, who still had yet to win in the conference, and so they're a tough team to play on the road. But our girls came out gunning. We talked about the fact that we didn't want our girls to tip or roll at all, and they did just that. They came out swinging and terminated about 50% of the balls that they hit, which was phenomenal to see. We got great offensive performances from everybody. Jordan Spatinka had a great night with 11 kills. Danny Haley was offensive with 6 kills. Grace Sanders had 7 digs a set for us, which is a great number for her. So all around, it was a much better team effort.
Yeah, well, great coming back there and getting the victory. Setting up a pile of matches coming up here, kind of the busy part of the season for the Vikings. We're filming this on Sunday, so on Tuesday night, before the show runs here, we played a very good Southwest team at the Elman Center, so hope you caught up on that one in the media. Now this weekend, back home again. We start out on Friday against Mary.
Mary's right now running a very fast offense in our league. Their setters doing a nice job delivering to their outsides. They've got a strong right side, and their middle is experienced. What we need to do is play our game. We need to play good defense, be in system, and distribute our offense evenly. So again, our game plan doesn't change a whole lot depending upon our opponent. It's whether we're executing well and stopping them defensively. So I'm feeling confident about our ability to do that.
Well, you fans get over to the Elman Center and cheer on the Vikings because that makes a big difference. And then Saturday, probably the biggest event of the season for Augustana volleyball. It's the Dig Pink promotion. Talk about that. We play Northern at 4 o'clock.
We are having a Dig Pink event, which all of our proceeds will go to breast cancer research. The Side Out Foundation is somebody we've partnered up with for the last couple of years. We've raised about $4,000 thanks to the support of our community. And so we're going to do it again this year. My assistant, Casey Leslie, has done a phenomenal job in organizing the event along with Brian Miller. And so we're looking forward to having some really fun activities for our fans at the event. They can go online to goaugie.com to get more information. But we're just really looking to celebrate survivors at our match, as well as recognize people that we have lost that we love.
Yeah, and you can get t-shirts. The Dig Pick t-shirts are what, $10?
$10. You can get them at the athletic office. We'll be selling them at all of our matches this week as well. And that's really where we're hoping to raise a lot of our money.
Okay, wonderful thing to do, Ashley. So congratulations on that. And get over there for that. That'll be a big event. And then we're back on the road next Tuesday night against a very good Concordia St. Paul team.
Yep, again, this is going to be a tough stretch for us in the home stretch of the Northern Sun because about every other match we're playing a ranked team. And Concordia right now is doing very, very well in our conference. They've got some young players in positions, but they're finding ways to rally. They've got great experience. And overall, they're just distributing their offense evenly. So they're a tough team to defend. But consistent, a lot of confidence. They're finding ways to win. And so we're looking forward to a great matchup. We haven't seen them yet this season, and it's kind of late in the season already. So we're excited about playing them on the road.
Well, Ashley, a lot of volleyball ahead. So good luck to you and the Vikings.
Thank you.
Up next, Augie Sports Focus. Stay with us.
We call it the pioneer spirit. Always pushing a little farther. Always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new. Something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here. The new Sanford Health.
A message from the Better Bundle Bureau. Mid-Continent Communications has the best bundle to beat boredom without busting the budget. With its $99 a month theater DVR trio, people are downright giddy, saving over $500 a year and still being thoroughly entertained. Free HD, on-demand, the fastest broadband speeds known to man, and unlimited local and long-distance calling, all wrapped up in a nice little $99 bundle. The theater DVR trio. It's the best bundle on earth.
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Augustana Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Joining me now is Augustana women's soccer coach Brandon Barkas. Coach Barkas, it's been a very interesting year for the Augustana women's soccer team. And to begin with here, why don't you just give us a little update on how the season's gone?
Yeah, it has been a very interesting season. We've had 6 overtime games now, 5 double overtime games. Haven't had a ton of success in our overtime play. Kind of how overtime works is we get 2 10-minute potential overtimes. First team to score wins. So it's kind of a golden goal. But that's been a little bit interesting for us. We started the season in Colorado, 3 games out there, dropped all 3 1-0. 2 of those games were in double overtime. One was against Fort Lewis, who's 6th in the nation. We came out of that weekend, I think, feeling okay. Our performances were good. We were getting some good quality goal-scoring opportunities, but just weren't finishing. But then we got back here and we're at home and we won a couple games and started to kind of get our groove and feeling pretty good. And then unfortunately we had probably the most prolific goal scorer in Augie history go down with a torn ACL. And so that kind of changed things for us a little bit. We dropped the next 3 games. Disappointing, but we didn't score any goals. She, I think, has scored 40-plus goals in her career. She was freshman conference player there, and then she's a senior, of course. So
Coach was talking about Katie Chandry here, outstanding player.
Oh yeah, Katie Chandry. Okay. I should probably mention that. Yep.
Go ahead.
And however, we've had this freshman Marn Worth who's kind of stepped in. She scored a goal in the last 2 games for us, and has been outstanding. She's really kind of stepped in, and I was really worried about who was going to do that. Every time we play somebody, we played Winona a few weeks ago and lost to them 1-0 in overtime, and they're 24th in the nation, 22nd in the nation, something like that. And the coach after the game was like, "I just hope we don't see you in playoffs." Yeah. It's been one of those seasons. I think everybody knows. You might be the better team at times, but if you don't score, it's difficult to win, obviously. Yeah. And for those that know anything about soccer, it's difficult to score goals. But if you do, and you got a good defense like I think we do, we got some nice players that I think anchor the back for us. So, but I'm real excited about where we're going from here. I think we've got a great shot for playoffs and maybe a shot for the NCAAs. We'll see.
Yeah, as we film this here, it's on the Sunday of the Bemidji game, and the Vikings have come off 2 straight home victories here, knocking off Southwest Minnesota State 3-1, and then a big win yesterday here against Minnesota Duluth. So, Coach, it looks like the momentum is moving our way.
Yeah, we got some momentum. Duluth was tied for first in the conference with the Beavers, who we play, and it was a really big win. They outshot us. I don't think it was one of our better performances, but it was a gritty effort from Jill Goodrich, who's a senior, Sierra Godfrey, who's a senior, a couple of our backs. We have a couple juniors, Raylan Walzak and Kate Timmons. Kate Timmons has simply been phenomenal. She has just been incredible. The game of soccer is played in the air a lot, and so you got to use your head to kind of win balls, and then what happens is you have a lot of collisions. And 2 weeks ago against Mankato, she went up for a head ball, butted heads with this girl and got this giant knot on her head. So she had to come out, put a freshman in who did a nice job, but then Liz Bunkers from O'Gorman here. But Kate was dying to get back in the second half, so I put her back in, and was just tremendous. But against Duluth, every time Duluth would play a ball into the box, this 18-yard box in front of the goal, she'd just step up and win head balls and just was awesome. Just super dynamic, really strong, just really good. And then complemented with a couple really tough seniors. I really feel like our back line is definitely the strength of our team. It's kind of what I built the team around. In the future, as I move forward recruiting, just recruiting more fast forwards that can score some goals. So that's
and then Amanda Wagner's had an outstanding season in goal also. So, if you've watched soccer, I refer to it, women's soccer, I refer to it as football without pads. It's physical out there, and it is rough, and we got some tough gals out there. Well, Coach, playoffs are looming. And as you alluded to with the Winona coach saying doesn't want to play us, we got a shot here to go someplace.
We really do, and with the win against Duluth, that bumped us up to 6th. The top 8 teams in the conference advance. We get a couple more wins, which I do believe we're going to. We've got 2 of the weaker teams in our conference next weekend, and then we've got some middle-of-the-pack conference games. At the end of the season, we'll be on the road the next 2 weekends. If we can squeak 2, 3, 4 wins out of that, which I feel really good. I feel we got really good momentum. Jessie Huff is a sophomore. She scored a goal in Southwest, and she created the goal against Duluth, and she's really playing well. Stephanie Goose, Jenna Donerman, a couple seniors have really been playing well. We get some performances out of them. I'm really confident. And then it's finished in the top 4. You host a conference game. you finish in the top 8, obviously get in, and then from there anything can happen because postseason's a brand new season. So it's a really competitive conference, but I'm feeling really good. Good momentum right now. So
yeah, and the future looks bright. Coach Barkas has got 11. Is that right? 11, 12 recruits coming in already for next year. So you're doing a wonderful job, Coach. Go get them, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is next. We'll be right back.
We've all known them. The teachers who inspire. The ones who can make concepts spring to life and words leap off the page. The ones who could light up a classroom. We've all known teachers like that. The amazing thing is that so many of them teach at Augustana.
We call it the pioneer spirit. Always pushing a little farther, always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new. Something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here. The new Sanford Health.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Let's take a look at the Augustana Sports Calendar for this week. Friday, October 22nd, volleyball takes on the University of Mary, 7 o'clock at the Elman Center. Saturday, October 23rd, volleyball home again against Northern, 4 o'clock. It's the Big Dig Pink Match, a fundraiser to fight breast cancer. And soccer is at Minnesota Crookston, while football is on the road at Minnesota State Moorhead. Sunday, October 24th, soccer continues on the road at Minnesota State Moorhead. Monday, October 25th, it's the Augustana Coaches Show on ESPN 99.1 at 5 o'clock. Tuesday, October 26th, volleyball hits the road to play Concordia St. Paul. Then next Wednesday, October 27th, we'll have Augustana Sportscene here again at 6:30 on Midco Sports Network. The show will also run Thursday at 10:30. Check the Midco Sports Network website at midcosportsnet.com for additional program airtimes. And remember, for radio coverage of Augustana football, you can hear the Vikings on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide on the web at KIKN.com. And for complete information on Augustana athletics, go to our website, goaugie.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me again next Wednesday at 6:30 or Thursday at 10:30 for another edition of Augustana Sportscene right here on Midco Sports Network. Have a great week, everybody.
Augustana Sportscene on Midco Sports Network has been brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition. By Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888. And by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.